Breaking news just into our newsroom. We have just learned there's a ruling into the courtroom right now from Judge McAfee on whether District Attorney Fani Willis is going to be removed from the Trump election interference case.
Atlanta News First, Rebecca Schramm is live in downtown Atlanta. Rebecca, you just got the word. What can you tell us?
Gervier and Brooks, I'm reading through the court filing right now on my laptop, and it appears that the judge has ruled that District Attorney Fani Willis can remain on the Trump case. However, only way the judge is allowing that is if Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade steps aside. Now, this is all having to do with the improper relationship that the defense claimed Willis and Wade were having while all of this case was unfolding. That is the claim that the defense made. Several defendants' attorneys made in court. As you know, the judge called DA Fani Willis to the stand, also Nathan Wade. Both of them said that the relationship did not start until after Wade took the case, and that is the testimony that the judge heard for the most part in the case, although there were a couple of witnesses who suggested otherwise. One downright said it, and the other, they picked apart some of his text messages, but in the long run, he would not say that the two were having a relationship before Wade took the case. I want to read for you just a little bit of what I'm reading here in this court order by Scott McAfee, the Fulton County Superior Court judge in the case. He said, in addition, and much more important, the court finds, based largely on the district attorney's testimony, that the evidence demonstrated that the financial gain flowing from her relationship with Wade was not a motivating factor on the part of the district attorney to indict and prosecute this case. He goes on to say, while a general motive for more income can never be disregarded entirely, the district attorney was not financially destitute throughout this time or in any great need, as she testified that her salary exceeds $200,000 per year, and it goes on from there. I'm going to continue to look through this order that the judge just submitted in this case, and I'll have updates for you throughout the day.